You know, always got to be my harshest critic. But yeah, proud to be part of a historic event, and you know, I hope it lived up to expectation. You know, fulfilling my legacy and my destiny. Credit to Eubank. I wish him well, but no doubt I'm coming back for revenge.
I couldn't get the finish. I just couldn't pull the trigger and keep it moving. You know, I'm known for having my opponent hurt and getting finished, so it's one of them things where it's like, do I avenge the loss? Do I drop back down to 147 and win the WBC world title?
And I think we might see a rematch in the future, but both men should be very, very proud of themselves. That's just the fact. They both handled themselves with class afterwards. It was beautiful to see their fathers kind of showing some respect as well.
Conor Benn isn't wasting any time after his crushing defeat to Chris Eubank Jr. Instead of retreating, he's charging forward, demanding an immediate rematch. Promoter Eddie Hearn has added fuel to the fire, dropping major hints that a second clash could happen sooner than expected.
Terms are already agreed for the rematch with you know, to move forward. And it's the same as the first contract in that respect. So I think we got it spot on with
This rivalry is far from settled. Round 2 might be just around the corner. Ben's response to his first professional loss was filled with grit and determination. He openly admitted that Eubank outclassed him on the night, showing humility and respect. But despite the defeat, Ben made one thing clear: this setback won't define him. Instead, it's driving him.
Emotions, obviously. No one wants to lose. I've never tasted defeat, so yeah, no doubt it's a bit of pill to swallow, but such is life. You know, I've done the best I could. Some people say they had it a draw, some people say I had it either way. You know, Sky had me up by 1 point going into the 11th. I can only put it down to inactivity. 40 months out of the ring. Ultimately, I need to do better. You know, always got to be my harshest critic.
He's locked in on one mission: redemption. He vowed to come back stronger, sharper, and more dangerous, with his sights firmly set on settling the score. After going undefeated in his first 23 fights, Ben tasted defeat for the first time at the hands of Eubank. But he's convinced the rematch will tell a different story. Ben believes that the long layoff before the fight dulled his edge, making it difficult to finish Eubank when he had him hurt. Now, that frustration is fueling him. He's more motivated than ever and determined to prove that given another shot...
I was proud of him. Very, very close fight. Very, very close fight. Not going to go on about the decision. It could have gone either way. Chris done better in the later rounds, which I was very impressed with. So, yeah. What else can I say? Just a good fight. Just looking forward to the rematch now.
This is immediately what you would want to see.
Yeah, I think, yeah, go for the rematch, yeah. Just, you know, no point in going back down to 147. Stay at 160, get the rematch, win the rematch, and then drop back down to 147.
He can not only beat Eubank, but stop him. He's not alone in his pursuit of vengeance. His father, boxing legend Nigel Benn, is backing him all the way. Following the brutal battle, Nigel gave an emotional interview where he praised his son's heart and determination. He described the fight as razor close and applauded Conor's performance, saying he showed true warrior spirit, even in defeat. As a former fighter himself, Nigel recognized the fire in his son's performance, noting that despite the outcome, there was much to be proud of. Nigel also gave credit to Eubank Jr., particularly for his dominance in the championship rounds. He called it a great fight and made it clear that he wants to see a rematch.
I think, yeah, I see a lot of Conor in me. But he's actually the better version, but he didn't shout tonight because he was winning a lot of punches in, going on the ropes. But he'll learn from that. But I see a lot of me in here, a lot of similarities. He respects Chris deep down, you know, to go through a fight like that and come through, you know. And so I'm happy that, you know, that he'll come back stronger. He'll come back stronger. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Match. While visibly emotional, Nigel reflected on Conor's journey, admitting there are lessons to be learned. But he has no doubt that Conor will take this experience, grow from it, and return a better, more complete fighter. Promoter Eddie Hearn echoed those sentiments. In the aftermath of the fight, Hearn praised Conor's grit and refusal to quit, especially in the punishing 11th and 12th rounds where Ben was clearly exhausted but kept pressing forward. Hearn saw something special in Ben.
I just can't believe the heart and guts. I've never seen a fighter dig in that situation with the size of that challenge, literally, and just never stop trying to win. Like even in the 11th and 12th round when he had nothing else. Let's just walk around it a little bit because we're gonna. When he had nothing else in the tank, he just never stopped trying. I want you to know that this kid, you know, is a great kid. He's an honest kid. And again, I won't go into the past, but to see now the response of basically him becoming the people's champion. And a lot of people thought he won. Some thought it was a draw. I guess maybe, I don't know if the majority of people thought that Eubank edged it, whatever. Honestly, like after what I've seen in there tonight, could not be prouder of that kid's
performance. The same unrelenting spirit that made Nigel Benn a legend in his day. He was clear, this isn't the end for Conor Benn. With that kind of heart, Hearn believes Ben is destined to return even more dangerous. Now, all eyes are on the rematch. A second bout between Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. isn't just a possibility, it's expected. Both fighters have shown interest in running it back.
Phone's blowing up from America. So many people watch that game. This kid is unreal. He can go and fill any arena in the country at 147 and he can win world titles at 147, 154. So we've got to get it right. Tonight he changed his life financially and he's good for life, and that's always important. But he wants the rematch, of course. His Excellency wants the rematch. They've even announced, I think, the date back at Spurs in September. So it's very likely that could happen, but let's let the boys rest up and look at Eubank's injuries as well.
And Hearn confirmed there's already a 2-fight deal on the table. While details remain fluid, the only major obstacle is Eubank's recovery. Reports suggest he suffered a broken jaw during the fight, which may delay the timeline. But when it happens, this rematch could be even more explosive than the first. With pride, legacy, and redemption on the line, the second chapter in this fierce rivalry promises.
Started off really well. I think I had him winning the first 3 rounds. And then, you know, Eubank started to get into the fight a little bit. Conor hurt him repeatedly, shook his legs a few times, especially I think in the 3rd or 4th with a left hook. And Eubank deserves a lot of credit. He was in deep waters and he really had to show a lot of heart, which I know he has. So respect to him as well. But obviously Conor's our man. And just to see like the 11th and the 12th round, like where Conor was hurt himself and he was empty in the gas tank, and it was those 2 rounds
to be unforgettable. Eddie Hearn made it clear he's proud of Conor Benn. Despite the loss, Hearn praised Benn's explosive start and acknowledged Chris Eubank Jr.'s powerful comeback in the middle rounds. But what stood out most was Benn's resilience. Even in defeat, he showed the same warrior spirit that defined his father, Nigel Benn, a relentless drive that made him a British boxing icon. As Hearn put it, Conor didn't just fight.
I feel pretty good. I mean, I thought he fought again. I'm the type of guy, I pay homage to both fighters. I thought they both put their hearts on the line. Yeah. I thought they both gave everything they had. And if they could have gave more to the crowd, they would have gave more. Yeah. I think the biggest winner was Great Britain. It's possible. They already talked about it. They talked more about that before they did this fight. So it's possible. I can't say for sure, but
he earned respect. On the other side, Chris Eubank Jr.'s trainer, Jonathan, spoke with pride following the hard-fought win. He applauded both men for leaving everything in the ring, calling it a defining moment for British boxing. More than just a win, it was a battle that showcased heart, grit, and legacy on both sides. Jonathan confirmed there is a...
He met his match. He met him at his... Kind of started fast. Yeah. Chris matched that. Okay. That was the difference in the whole fight. If Chris would have started slow, then the fight would have been totally lopsided. Yeah. But because Chris started right away. And a lot of people underestimate one thing when it comes to boxing. Your left hand is here for a reason. You may not knock guys out, but you damn sure can win rounds with it.
Rematch clause in place, and while nothing is officially locked in, he hinted the sequel could happen sooner than expected. Reflecting on Eubank Jr.'s performance, Jonathan was confident, but not complacent. He made it clear they'll return even sharper if the rematch is confirmed. He credited the victory to Eubank's ability to absorb Benn's early onslaught and flip the momentum as the fight progressed. A key factor? Eubank's left hand, which landed cleanly and often, proving decisive in stealing rounds and sealing the win. When asked about Eubank Jr.'s future, Jonathan didn't hesitate. It's all about legacy. While open to big-name showdowns, their mission is clear: world titles. For Eubank, it's the gold belts that define greatness, not just headlines or rivalries. With both camps showing mutual respect, yet eager for more, anticipation for a potential rematch is growing fast. Whether it's the sequel to a grudge match or a world title pursuit, one thing's certain: this story is far from over. Stay tuned.